Hello, and welcome to another devlog. Sorry about it being a couple of weeks since I uploaded the last one. There's been some summer holiday going on with my family. Um, yeah. Besides that, a lot of stuff has happened. It's just that I didn't get around to putting out a video. So first of all, there's a bunch of flyby footage going around in the background while I just do the intro. There's been a bunch of updates to both lighting and materials and cleanup of levels and whatnot. I've added 3 new levels. There's a meaning behind adding all the levels. Here's one of them. It's kind of a ancient ruined fortress. There's going to be sort of a progression and storyline, or not a story per se, but sort of a progression of missions with a very light story added on top. And this is what you're seeing here is the very early work in progress of the first mission. So you're basically going to be a simple woodlogger in this woodlogging camp. Well, we'll add more trees and different, whatever. It's work in progress. And you pick up your axe and defend yourself, and then adventure happens. Classic stuff. Anyway, so stuff happened. I made it so that arrows damage enemies. I also added a bunch of VFX, or not a bunch of, but some arrow trails. I don't remember if they're on this recording to have running. Different arrows do different amount of damage and piercing values and stuff. Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff happening behind the scenes. Not all of it is sort of effective in game yet, but it's sort of building up to working with weapons being crushing, piercing, slashing, stuff like that. So here I'm just shooting some stuff on my as of this video, old training map. And at the end of the video, you'll see some new stuff that I'm working on. So one of the things that also happened is that I made the goblins able to equip stuff like helmets and armor and weapons. Right here for demonstration purposes, I just set it to random. So every time I hit play, as you can see there, it just gives them random equipment. Of course, this will be dictated by the level, the difficulty, all that sort of stuff, and score will be dependent on it, and all that stuff. So I also worked on a bunch of VFX. I don't believe I'll be showing all of them in the clips that I have today, but here's some rain, some atmosphere, working on some mists and some smoke and some fires in the distance. Getting atmosphere out of the limited resources I'll be able to bring to bear as a single developer. Here's another VFX I worked on. I updated the blood effects. Still, obviously, work in progress. So lots to do still, but gradual improvements across the board, gradually raising the level. I've been working on some war machines and some traps. This is the first basic one. It's basically just a way to tip stones down onto the enemy that are up against the walls. So here I'm trying to demonstrate that what I was talking about earlier, the piercing and slashing, crunching. To cut the ropes, you can't use the mace because it's not a sharp weapon, but the axe can. So that will go into consideration what weapons you pick for certain missions. Here's just some different angles, tweaking values and whatnot. I had a lot of issues with interaction layers and stuff, but it came out better for it. I do believe so I started making some more traps of just a stone dropping variety. But there will be like arrow packs or arrow, like a cluster of arrows that gets released, or maybe a swinging ball or something like that. It's a bit gory when you drop it. Right. So let's see what other clips I have. I basically just have some more updated stuff. Oh yeah, there's some clouds now. Again, just a little bit more atmosphere. They're not great, but I'll probably update them, but it adds something where there was nothing, as it is right now. So this is a work in progress of the new main menu. The other one was very cramped and you needed more. There's a bunch of things I want you to be able to do, and I kind of don't want to do the whole lift from level to level. I thought that was something I thought of, but then I played Gorn and a couple of other games where they do that, so people just thought I stole that idea, but yeah, right. So I'm just making this is your keep. This is where you do all your things. You select missions, you craft items, you select your weapons, then you head out the door. Outside the door, it'll basically look... This is very, very early work in progress. This is basically outside your keep. Here you'll have your new training range. There's also some crafting stuff going on. I'm still to work out the layout of this. And then you head out on missions. There's a bunch of work in progress prefabs that I'm working on that I'm going to be using for stuff. Here's a little bit of a teaser. I'm thinking of doing an invasion map where they show up in boats, and they'll basically show up in waves, in small waves, chunks of enemies that way, unless you can sink the ship before it arrives using either war machines or fire, magic, whatever it might be. We'll get there. Sorry about this being a little bit rushed and cramped, not going into too much detail. I kind of just wanted to get it out there because I had a lot of features and backlog of stuff that I needed to clear off the plate so I can start working towards a new devlog. I haven't quite decided which area I'm gonna tackle yet. It's either gonna be implementing some sounds, some audio, both music and impacts and stuff, so the game can start coming alive. Either that or the inventory of you equipping the stuff to you. Probably also still refactoring and cleaning up some stuff. I'm kind of hesitant of breaking some stuff, but I must break some stuff to make it more solid going forward. Yeah, there's still a bunch of maps and progression and stuff I want to tie in, but I should probably save that since I have some very fundamentals working, but yeah, we'll see what I come up with. There's no shortage of things to do. I'll probably also add some more traps. Pretty sure of that. Alright, take care guys, and I'll see you soon.